Goku in his rage at Tambourine and subsequently, now, Piccolo, would cause Goku to chase after the demon and challenge him to a fight, probably to the death. Goku entering into the one-tail state and falling through the Nimbus and plummeting to the Earth, where Yajirobe was waiting in the original timeline. Goku transforming into the six-tail state through his rage and hatred, combining with Kurama as they would attack Tambourine. Goku would then, having hit Tambourine at the Bijudama, have ripped one of his wings off. Now we continue our story today. If you guys have not seen the prior 6 parts to What If Goku Had Kurama, it's probably in your best interest to go up to the top upper right hand corner and find that playlist so you can go back and rewatch all of them. Anyway, in this version of events, basically Goku is a Jinchuriki of the Ninetails Kurama through some writing gimmickry, with the Saiyans and Otsutsuki being neighboring and rivals in terms of the space pirating industry, the Otsutsuki trying to fit chakra just like original Naruto, and the Saiyans just conquering the planets. Basically, they work as a dynamic duo. Anyway, for those of you who are caught up in the last 6 months, let's keep going. Goku would pummel the absolute living crap out of Tangerine. Bro's wing would be ripped off immediately, screaming as a small demon fox child would be ripping into him with Six Tails mode. Tangerine would try to fight back, throwing a random swipe or claw once in a while, but those that did land would only regenerate in mere instances via Kurama's incredible healing properties. Basically, Goku would be an unstoppable machine of death and destruction, destroying portions of the island and scaring a Yajirobe who would flee, who at first was going to try and get in on the action to get something to eat. Maybe cutting off a piece of that dragon dude's leg, or maybe eating a tail off of the weird fox kid. But he would get scared off, so Yajirobe would run away, basically trying to avoid getting creamed by this monstrous Goku. Goku would be busy pummeling the hell out of Tangerine until his head would be mushed into the ground. Tangerine wouldn't even stand a chance against Goku, with a Six Tails mode enraged Goku basically being leagues above any Demon King Piccolo version. Tangerine would really just be fodderized. After he successfully kills Tangerine and turns him into meat paste, Goku would begin to calm down and de-transform, with Kurama trying to tell him to chill out basically. Goku slowly deforming and healing his skin, and then falling to the ground unconscious. This would be where Yajirobe stands in, and events begin to proceed according to the timeline, with Yajirobe beginning to nurse Goku back to health, while also making some delicious shepherd's pie out of Tangerine's innards. Anyway, I digress. Back to Chaozu Tien, Shinhan, Master Roshi, and the whole Dragon Ball, the Z Fighter side of things. Basically, Bulma would begin to try and gather the Dragon Balls so they could bring Krillin back to life, having found his death, as well as figure out a plan to stop the resurrection of Demon King Piccolo, who Master Roshi would begin to remember all the things his master had done, along with the arrival of Kaguya on Earth and the sealing of the tailed beasts. Master Roshi, like I said in prior parts, is basically like a Sage of Six Paths type character, having been the one to seal Kaguya when Goku and Kaguya had been sent to Earth, using the Mafuba technique that he had been training since his master had died using it against Demon King Piccolo. Roshi has no idea if he'll be able to recreate the effects of his first Mafuba and survive to be able to reseal the Demon King. This would be when he begins to come up with an idea and decides to contact the tailed beasts, Kurama obviously not answering, being a little busy at the moment. The tailed beasts, tails 1 through 8, would respond. This is where Roshi begins to create a different plan, saying that if they can reconvene with Goku and use both Kurama and the rest of the tailed beast power to give Goku Six Paths power, then Goku should be able to use sealing jutsu, mixed ki and chakra techniques, to be able to completely seal Demon King Piccolo much more efficiently than Master Roshi could with a Mafuba. The Mafuba basically guaranteeing to kill him at this point. The last time Roshi had used the Mafuba, he had the assistance of several other master martial artists to be able to completely split the energy of the tailed beasts. That's why the different houses of martial arts were each gifted a tailed beast. 3 of the tailed beasts would have been kept by the Turtle House, of course because Roshi did most of the work and actually taught the other people how to use Mafuba, so naturally he held on to at least 3 of the tailed beasts. that being the Ninetails Kurama, which went to his first student, Grandpa Gohan, of course, as well as Isobu, the three-tailed beast, which is like a turtle if you guys don't know, which he kept with him and basically lived underneath his island, allowing him to move whenever he wanted. So Isobu was basically just living with Master Roshi. And then finally, the four-tailed beast, Son Goku, who Master Roshi was technically in charge of watching, but basically let him go wander freely. Anyway, after calling the meeting, he basically explained that once they can reconnect with Kurama, they are going to have to share some chakra so that the Jinchuriki, Goku, it would be this comedic scene where the Four Tails, Son Goku, would be honored to be called the Jinchuriki of the rest of them. Of course, Roshi would correct him, saying that he actually has another student whose, ironically, name was Goku. Actually, now that he thinks about it, thinking the two of them would probably have gotten along pretty well. Anyway, the Tailed Beast plan would come to pass, with everyone now waiting to try and find Goku so they can actually give him the Six-Pass power to be able to seal using the Six-Pass Chibaku Tensei, the only power aside from the Mafuba that is currently accessible that they could use to successfully seal the Demon King. This would also be, and ironically a little bit of breaking wall here, a incredible way to bring back the moon in Dragon Ball Z. Just because, if you guys didn't know, that Goku and Roshi had destroyed the moon during their first fight at the martial arts tournament, and then later on Piccolo destroyed the moon again in Dragon Ball Z to stop Gohan from going on a rampage, and also successfully stopping Vegeta from transforming until he just uses his power ball thing. Anyway, that's the plan right now. Demon King Piccolo and his forces would be gathering the Dragon Balls to make himself young, with the help of Pilaf, of course, just like the original timeline, and Tien would go along with other martial artists to go and stop Demon King Piccolo's takeover of the entire world. This time, Roshi wouldn't even attempt to go and fight to seal Demon King Piccolo yet, you know, since he has a plan where he doesn't just die after using it. So, yeah. Anyway, back to Goku's side of things, Yajirobe actually is in possession of one of the Dragon Balls, which would be how Symbol would be tracking them and finding them in the actual series, would come to find Yajirobe. One main difference, though, is that in this timeline, Tambourine and Symbol are already both dead. So, the events of Piccolo going to fight Goku himself would occur, with King Piccolo leaving to go and find the one who had slain both of his sons. Roshi and the rest of the Dragon Team would find one of the Dragon Balls, the 3-star ball, to ensure that the Demon King's forces could not get all 7. At least that was the idea. And this is where the timeline's gonna get a little funky. Because Goku, with Kurama and his level right now, stomps an old King Piccolo. Like, 100% of Kurama's power plus Goku against King Piccolo is just, it's... When Piccolo arrives, announcing himself to be the Demon King and also the master of the prior demons Goku had slain, the people who had killed his best friend Krillin, Goku would realize that this is the final last boss, if that makes any sense. Goku would hold his hand to the side, creating a Rasengan, using the Kamehameha Wave's properties to create a huge blast. Before Goku could shoot off his Rasengan, Piccolo would quickly use a mouth blast trying to immobilize Goku, to which it would completely fail. Goku entering into KCM, his QB chakra cloak glowing golden, the Ninetails now creating the black marks over Goku's body, allowing him full use of his chakra to defeat this foe, just for now. Kurama, of course, having told Goku in prior fights that he was holding back to let Goku get used to his own power, as I discussed with the Mercenary Tao fight. Anyway, Goku would tank the blast from Piccolo, with Kurama's help, of course, a golden fist plunging out of the smoke and punching right into Demon King Piccolo's face. The chi sending Piccolo flying and slamming into the ground. Yajirobe impressed and terrified seeing Goku's actual power when he's not just going crazy and uncontrolled. This is when Goku takes his chance, taking advantage of Demon King Piccolo's weakness. Now using his hand signs that he learned before from the ninja tribe he was with, and creating the Shadow Clone Jutsu. 3 copies of Goku appearing out of the smoke and running towards Piccolo one at a time. Piccolo would pull himself up, seeing a Goku with a golden light surrounding him, running towards him. Piccolo having no clue what this strange power is, having been sealed when Master Roshi was young, and the tailed beast not having arrived until Goku had arrived only around like 10 years ago. So he's never seen chakra, or much less this ki chakra mixture that Goku has, in all of the years of him being alive. Piccolo would punch through the clone, causing a burst of smoke, which would act as the perfect cover for Goku to utilize his Rasengan, smashing the ball of energy and blasting it into a Kamehameha wave right through Piccolo's stomach, blowing a hole through him, and this time Piccolo seeing a golden fox charging at him with this attack instead of an Ozaru. Anyway, to this time that Piccolo would use that weird egg thing he can do, where he reincarnates himself as the Piccolo we all know and love, Piccolo Jr., the egg being spat and sent flying away, Goku believing himself to have won the day alongside Kurama and the rest of the Z fighters who would show up, now dumbfounded seeing Goku having already killed the big bad. The Dragon Balls now just being used to revive Krillin, and well, to revive all the people Demon King Piccolo had killed during his attack. Goku would believe himself to be safe for now, leaving without seeing Krillin back awake, just like he did in the original timeline, to go off back to Korin's tower. Goku then deciding that he'll take Korin's advice from the last time he was there, and decide to come back and see what's further up the tower. Of course, that being the lookout. Now, this is where something a bit different would happen. Instead of Goku just training and becoming more spiritual with Kami, things are going to be a little more literal. With Goku meeting Mr. Popo, having to get past his trial, finding out that Kami looks like Piccolo, and going full KCM mode and striking at Kami. Kami blocking the attack with relative ease. Even with the Bijudama in hand, Goku just could not even put the pause on this man. And that was because Kami had some significant experience and skill over Goku at this point. Anyway, with the training beginning for the next 3 years, Goku learning about the existence of Piccolo Jr. and that they're going to meet at the next martial arts World Budokai, Goku would begin his training. 3 years would pass, and then would come the meeting of the Z Fighters once again, Goku arriving and surprising Bulma, along with everyone with his newfound stature and good looks. Bulma being impressed and blushing with this new, more mature adult Goku. Goku now going back into the tournament along with the rest of the time-skip Z Fighters. The fights to begin, we'll just be covering Goku's fights since they'd be the only ones that change at all. Tien Shinhan versus Goku. Goku would match Tien Shinhan's clone technique and his arms technique using his own shadow clones, creating 3 shadow clones and showing Tien the power that he has mastered. Goku wouldn't even have to take his weights off to actually keep up with Tien's speed, just being quick enough and using his techniques to outmaneuver Tien Shinhan, out-cloning him by creating another 10 clones, and just basically obliterating him like he did in the actual fight. Everything's going nice and swell until we get to the actual Piccolo Jr. versus Goku fight. Immediately, Goku notices something's wrong, something that him and Kurama both are horrified at. Piccolo would be able to counter against Goku's chi with his own, Piccolo being able to use a combination of ki and chakra. Piccolo laughing at Goku's terrified face before revealing the seal on his stomach that he had implanted on himself. And inside of him being the 6 tails, Saiken. Piccolo had found and forced the tailed beast to enter him. God, that sounds wrong. Anyway, basically he took him prisoner and is using Saiken's chakra against its will. So Kurama and Goku are both pissed. Piccolo mimicking Goku's shadow clones to fight his own. Goku and Piccolo's shadow clones would run into each other, destroying everything in their path and causing the arena to begin to get destroyed. Piccolo now shifting into his large form and turning some of his limbs into large slug-like tentacles. Basically what Saiken looks like. Goku would have taken the opportunity to send off 2 shadow clones and have them do something. As Piccolo's about to stomp on Goku, Goku would suddenly move out of the way, dodging the blows and all of the clones disappearing that Piccolo had summoned. Goku would open his eyes, now successfully entering into Sage Mode. Sage Mode being one of the things he had learned at Kami's Lookout over that 3-year period of time. Of course, Kami and Mr. Popo couldn't have taught him any abilities of chakra, but Goku had interpreted Mr. Popo's lesson a different way. With feeling nature, Goku had actually felt the nature energy him and Kurama could produce together and absorb, giving Goku another pool of strength. Goku would combine Kurama's avatar mode along with his Sage mode, creating the huge golden fox avatar to fight this monstrous Piccolo. The two kaiju battling it out, Biju Dama and Jutsu flying everywhere, destroying everything around them, and inevitably Goku defeating Piccolo and sending him flying off of the arena space, winning the tournament and becoming the official world's strongest under the heavens. Goku would have his cheerful farewell we're all used to, with him going off of Chi-Chi, the same events having occurred effectively with Kurama screaming, "No, no, no," inside of his head the entire time. Goku would get married and head off on his flying Nimbus, ending the events of the original Dragon Ball. Now, 5 years later, is the beginning of Dragon Ball Z. And along with that comes one of our favorite characters, that being Gohan. Anyway, I think I'm going to stop there for now, just to give us a clean break between the Dragon Ball arc and Z. I think I'm going to try and finish up Dragon Ball Z within 7 episodes as well, trying to get all of the arcs done, which is going to be a pain. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed this part for What If Goku Had Kurama, make sure to watch for more, because I will be definitely finishing this series within the next at least month or two. So I say that tentatively, but basically it's going to be happening. So if you guys enjoyed, make sure to slap the like button, comment down below anything. It will help me in the algorithm significantly. Please comment just something. And subscribe to my channel. We're almost at 30,000 subscribers, and I would really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.